I have vinyl and I sell quite a bit of it, but these wood boards, I can ship it across the United States for $2.99. Home Depot sells just that middle board for $5.04. So I could ship it for $2.99, or local pickup is $2.19. They call it natural maple. They call this middle board mocha maple. They're $4.48. They have our cognac. They're $4.48. They sell another one on the end here. They're $4.08. I'm $2.19 a square foot local pickup. I just put a video on my Facebook page, a new construction house here of that floor, and I'll show you that one here. But Shaw, Bruce, hardwood, Mohawk are not making 3/4 inch solid hardwood in 2 1/4, which is what this is, and a 3 1/4 inch anymore. You just can't get it. And why is because this floor, this wood board is click lock install. I mean, we install it for $1.75 a foot, and we've traveled North Carolina, Alabama. We just did an install about 3 or 4 months ago in Bartlett, Tennessee, for Ron Scroggins. But that said, I've got a lot of pretty vinyl. I sell a 6.2 with pad attached, those colors there. And I sell also a 5.2. Those are 6.2s. These are my 5.2s. And those are my 4.2s with pad attached. All will have that UniClic locking system. I'll get to that while that's important. But I sell what is HDF hardwood. Home Depot calls it UniClic hardwood. These colors are burned into this board. It has to be extremely hard if you're going to burn a color into the board, because you can't burn it into MDF and you can't burn it into plastic. So they have to glue that down. And what happens is Home Depot and Lowe's, they've created a word called wear layer and made it into a good word. Wear layer is not good. Solid hardwood never had wear layer. This has no wear layer. The color's burned in that board. That is a solid piece. And that floor right there, this is volcanic ash, it will have what is called high density fiber core. It's a solid core. And it's not a skinned board, doesn't have a skin glued on it, like a lamination or a vinyl skin. That's a 6 mil skin glued to, and that's in mils, 1/1000th of an inch. You know, these boards are measured in millimeters. You know, this is 1/1000th of an inch, so they call this is LifeProof. And they really sold you, 1/1000th of an inch, 6 mil, so that's going to be 6/1000th of an inch vinyl skin. Heck, what they really sold you is plastic. So I mentioned earlier, 3/4 inch locking system for 3/4 inch wood, 1/2 inch locking system for 1/2 inch wood. What Home Depot and Lowe's are doing is they're skinning products, and they're literally covering up skimming. What do I mean by that? This is olive. It's HDF hardwood. It's a solid piece. That color is burned into that board. I mean, it's a solid piece. That color, there is no wear layer. This is a knockoff from Floor & Decor. It's called Tasmanian Walnut. What have they done? Well, they glued a skin on it right here, and then they sold an inferior MDF product and put another base on there. So you got 3 layers. I mean, they just covered up that they're not selling you a solid piece. And what do I mean also by that? This is Pergo Portfolio. I think it's $238 a foot. I mean, they literally have glued a skin on here, and you could peel it. That's called lamination, and that's laminate. This is Pergo Outlast. It's $279, $299. This is an actual board, and I've literally been peeling this skin all the way back, but they have literally put a skin on here, and they've just glued a lamination. Sorry, I can't hold my camera at the same time, but this is what I mean. And they've glued a skin on that board. That's kind of bogus, because then what they're selling you below that, they just covered up with the, in a brand name. I mean, that's bogus. My colors are burned in the board, so you could have, a very 1/2 inch strong locking system versus LifeProof. All they're doing is trying to make it bigger so it doesn't separate during install. So this is LifeProof locking system. It's one of these boards here where I peeled that skin. I heated it up and peeled the skin, but this is LifeProof locking system. There you go. I'm just not a fan of vinyl because vinyl can't be 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. No one would buy it. It would weigh too much. So they put a skin on it and sell you an inferior product below it, all because they want to make the bigger locking system. Well, that's not good in your home. What if your house settles and your floor's going to split? When you have HDF hardwood, which is what I sell, you could have wood that has been scored. And when they burn that color in the board, now you'd have patterns that are 17 inches wide. This one is volcanic ash there. So how do you have 17-inch floor? Pack the box, excuse me, with 4 boards just under 8 inches, 4 boards just under 6 inches, and 4 boards just under 4. So when that, it's quick lock. So your boards can go together, much less install, and you can also have a floor where your flooring is sealed. So you can hardly even see a bevel there because that's a micro bevel, permanent painted edge, and it's extremely hard. The 1,700 pounds per square inch is called Janka. And how durable? These are my keys. So no scratches. Here's another one that's kind of a glossy board. That's coffee maple. It's beautiful, but no scratches. So, and it's hard. I mean, solid hardwood is very hard. This is red oak. It is 1,260 pounds per square inch. This is 1,700. And we beat this board with this so much that it's now damaged. It's so bad. But if you were to hit this, and I'm going to hit it, I mean, there's no damage to these boards. I hit it so hard they came unlocked. But it's very heavy. It's made with oak, pine, and industrial grade wax. That's why the locking systems are very dark versus someone who's selling you cardboard and nails, and that's not even a real locking system. But that said, now you could have patterns that are canvas backgrounds. So you could have patterns that are 12 inches wide or non-repeating colors in random width. You could have 12-inch boards, 17-inch boards. So it really becomes a major showpiece in your home. Home Depot sells that at $504. It's called Natural Maple. They sell just this board at $448. They sell one of these, just the 6-inch board at $448. They call it UniClic hardwood. Why UniClic hardwood? Unilin owns the patent, and every one of my boxes will have that logo on it, which is for waterproof locking. The warranty reads on these floors, as long as the water is allowed to evaporate, it's not going through that surface or that locking system. It's real wood fibers with wax burned into the board and into the core, and it's what basically HDF hardwood, waterproof surface, waterproof locking. So all of these boxes, and this is pallet going out tomorrow, will have that logo on it, which is their patent. Mohawk bought Pergo for only $150 million. Unilin, the one who owns this patent, Mohawk paid $4.9 billion for them, because now they're going to start coming out with our styles. They've got 4 of them now, which is called UniClic hardwood. The real name of it is HDF hardwood, where you can burn the colors into the board and now have patterns that are, 17 inches. You can't do that with solid hardwood because the kill and dry process at 5 inches, it'll copper caps. But anyway, I hope this helps. I'm Alan.